Hey guys, just to show you a few things that I'm doing with this Harbor Freight parts washer as I'm putting it together. 99% of this I got off of the internet. It's not my idea, so I don't want to take credit for anything. But I found this rubber gasket material at Lowe's. It's meant to be separated into two pieces. You go around a window, but you can leave it together. I'll pull it apart, and it really makes a nice seal. Close the lid down, you get a good seal. I'm still going to have to find a catch or something to secure this down good. It doesn't really stay down all the way. I've taken this spout here that originally was mounted here on the Harbor Freight pump and removed it, drilled a hole through the back, taken a stainless steel washer and enlarged the hole till it just barely fit over this, and removed the O-ring that was on this as a seal, placed it on the other side against the wall here, and then as it sticks through the back side, this is a airline fitting, threads right onto it. And then of course I have a hose clamp here, the hose coming up. This is a 90-degree fitting from Lowe's. This is another airline fitting, another Lowe's fitting, 90 degrees, airline fitting. And then bolted it through. I have it slightly elevated, but yet not so high if I ever want to lay this lid back, it'd be in the way, to let these hoses drain back in. Of course, got the oil filter adapter. And then over here, what I've done is, this is a bracket that is normally used on signs. I bought it off eBay with some other hardware I had. It's just an aluminum bracket. Just bolted it through the side with a nice heavy clamp to keep my gloves. I intend to get some sort of bucket and mount to the side down here where those original bolt holes were, where the shelf was supposed to go, because I've inverted the shelf, turned it upside down, re-drilled the holes in the legs, mounted it on the bottom on top of, you guessed it, a Harbor Freight mover's dolly. Alright. The reason being is I want to modify the back of it. Put a T in here with a check valve so that the flow doesn't go back that way. I'll test it without the check valve first, and maybe enough resistance to push it on through to the spout adequately. But I'm going to bring a line down and mount two of these drums down here. I'll connect them with a crossover hose so that they cross feed each other, so that I can put a diesel fuel pump down in one of them, have that pump come up through some sort of a cap and route up into here. And likewise, I'll install a fitting in the lid for this drain hose. Probably just another airline fitting close to here somewhere where I can reach in and get a nut on the back side of it, so that I can open this drain valve. Another eBay purchase, about $25. It's pretty expensive, but the right size, 14 millimeter, and they have a spring-loaded action so that they won't accidentally get turned. I'll put a clamp on here, of course, but the reason being, I don't want to keep this full of solvent. My shop is pretty cluttered, should I say? Would be a nice word. So it's going to have to get rolled around a lot. I'd rather have the weight with the fluid down low. I'd rather keep the fluid drain down. I won't use it all the time. I do work on my lawnmowers and tractor and bulldozer and dump truck stuff, but I want to keep that solvent out of here, because I just really don't think I'll be using it on a daily basis, but I would like to keep this solvent. This PSC solvent, which I picked up one can of this today, I'll get another one next week, but has a high flash point of 141 degrees, and the PSC 1000 was $39 at Tractor Supply for this. This date of this is October 31st to 2017. Also, I'm going to get a mounting bracket for this fire extinguisher and mount to one of the legs. I work in the safety department once upon a time, so having a fire extinguisher handy, while it will be close to the source of the flames, but if the lid's down and you still got some spillage, maybe I can get to it and it might be close enough. If not, I'll get one of the other ones in the shop. But I really like having the gloves here, and like I say, if I get a drip pan down here to catch the drip from the gloves when it goes back, that'll be nice. The other thing I'm looking at is installing some lights. I was looking at these just as an experiment to see what angle I wanted them on. I originally thought I'd want lights up here, but I've got some LED lights, 12 volt and some 120 volt ones, and strip lights. And I'm probably going to mount a strip light across here on the lid. That angle works well, not being in your eyes and hitting the area right in here where we'll be working on parts. I also have a brush, through the hose solvent brush coming, designed for parts cleaning, so I'll put that on here, and that'll about wrap up this build. Probably do some bracing on the legs with the original holes, maybe another shelf, not sure on this side. I'd like to have a place to keep the brushes and that kind of stuff where I don't have to always store the brass brushes and the cheap brushes and that kind of stuff down in the solvent tank. But I think it'll work out fine for the money. It's not too bad. $40 for 5 gallons, which that'd be the minimum amount I think you'd want to use, because just trying to pump it up. But if you open the drain valve on the bottom, you could pump through that T into this gooseneck and then just let it continuously drain back. Or if you want to pump stuff, solvent up and fill up the tub, close the drain valve, since I'm going to have these two crossing over, you could pump probably 8 gallons, 9 gallons out, get that up in the tank, get a good level for a good part soak, and kick on this pump and the built-in Harbor Freight pump, which, if you notice, I did wire a extra filter material to the front of it so that I just try and keep the debris out. It's a cheap old pump, but about 50 bucks you can get a good replacement, so I'll use it until it dies. That's it for this. Hope you guys learned something, or maybe it was worth your time watching. Good luck, and like I said, for the money, I just don't think you can beat it. I don't think you can build a cheaper parts washer than this that give you these features. Enjoy it. That's all. Bye.